I can't hear you, Jen. Can you hear me? It's probably something with the headphones. Okay. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to cover lesson 38. So if you all open your books to page 275, there's a lot to read. Just make sure you cover everything and not skip over anything. So it's lesson 38 and page 275. And so this is prefixes and other word endings or beginnings, sorry. So it says many word beginnings have already been covered. This lesson reviews some of these word beginnings and introduces others. Many prefixes can also be used as separate words. In addition, some prefixes may also be a word ending. In many cases, the prefix form must be distinguished from the separate word or word ending. In those cases where there is no danger of word or word boundary conflicts, no distinction need be made. This lesson deals with the major prefixes and word beginnings. The appendix contains a review of major prefixes and suffixes. The professional dictionary includes all prefixes and suffixes. Use the prefix outline listed below whether or not the word part is technically used as a prefix. For example, paralegal is just paralegal. Paradise is paradise. Co-sponsor is co-sponsor, comma, comma. Even though the para in paradise and co and comma are not technically prefixes, if the prefixes sounded differently, however, follow the sound. An example, hypothesis is written hypothesis, not hoithesis, okay? So in many cases, the prefix form has a short vowel and the separate word a long vowel. An example, audio, die, okay? So make sure you read over these. In other cases, a prefix form is simply a variation of the word. An example, be, as in the word be, as, out, out, with and without the asterisk, okay? It says, can you hear me now, Jen?
Yes.
Okay, good. You're back.
Okay.
Okay, and it says the following list is presented in alphabetical or alphabetic order for easy reference. So all of these prefixes, you have to learn just as they are. There's so many of them, so we'll try and go over them. You have after. The word after is written how? A-R. How do you write after?
AF?
Oh, AF, sorry. Okay, AF is the word after. But when you want it to be as a prefix, you're going to write AFR with math. So AFR for the after and then math. Okay? Ante for like antedate, anteroom, A-E-N-T. So take advantage of how it's spelled. So antedate is written like that. Think of it as ante has an E in it, so does the A-E-N-T. Anti words are A-N-T with an asterisk. So antisocial is going to be A-E-N-T with the asterisk and then social. As, the word as is written A-Z, or do you write A-S? As, A-Z. So asbestos is asbestos, okay, for the prefix. Assassin, we hear the long A, so A-sassin. Nope. Assassin, okay, for assassin. Audio, all audio words are written for audio file, audio tape. And I think audio tape is a brief, so you might pick that up. AUP for audio tape. Audio file is audio file. So audio words is odd, come back yo. So let's say I wanted to write the word audio. You're going to write audio. So notice audio, long O is for the word audio. When you're using it as a prefix, it's just Y-O, audio. Okay, audio tape, if I wanted to stroke it out. So make sure that you notice that what's the word outline, the prefix on page 276, the very top, auto. So let's say I wanted to write the word auto. Just auto by itself. It's aw, come back to, T long O. But let's say it's wanted as a prefix for automatic. You're going to write automatic. Okay, so it's A-U-T, as a prefix. So you're really going to have to memorize these. It'll save you a lot of time. For B, the word outline for B is B. We already know that that's the word BE. But let's say I wanted to attach it as a prefix. So beside, you stroke it out. B, come back side. Okay? Going on to by words. So let's say, for example, you have by. I went by your house, B-I. And then let's say, for example, I want to buy a dress, B long I. And then bye-bye is B-I, long I with an asterisk. Those are the by words. But when I want to use it as a prefix, it's going to be B-I with the asterisk, short I. So biannual is written like that. Okay? Biweekly is written like that. So you put in the asterisk and it's short I. Let's say bypass, where it's spelled with the B-Y. It's going to be B-I, and it'll change it, B-I with an asterisk, and then pass. Okay? Bystander, B-I asterisk, and then stand, and then Okay? With the B-Y. So it's those don't change. By and by, B-I, B-I. Bio, for like biography. Bio is B long I, come back Y-O, graphy. By, or biology, biology. You can write that like that, biology. Okay, and then you've got the word bio. Give me your bio, by, and then Y long O. So I think it's a good idea to remember that the long O will give you the actual word, and when you want it to stand alone, and the short O will act as a prefix. So that helps you to remember some of these, okay? And then so you have co-author. So co is always K-O, co-author, co, and then author. Okay? Coexist, co, and then exist. Remember, there's no word usually co by itself. You've got counter, all counter words that you want to act as a prefix. Counterfeit is count with an asterisk. Count and then fit. Remember, it's going to be your counter already. Count with an asterisk will be counter. So you got to memorize that. The word counter, counter. Oops. Okay, for the word counter by itself, you stroke it out. But counter as a prefix, count with an asterisk. D, for example, like decode is going to be DE words, D, come back code. Defect, remember that's a brief, D-E-F-K-T. You can write it in one stroke, D-E-F-K-T for defect. Die words for like dilated, diverge is the short I for dilated D-I words. So die, short I, late, come back D, dilated. You've got diverge, diverge. Okay, the word die, I don't want to die is D long I. Die as in to dye something, your hair, D long I with an asterisk. And then words with the dia, remember that's just die is D-I. Dia is the long I. So like diabetic is D long I. I think that's a brief. Yeah, diabetic is D long I-B-T for diabetic. But dia words for like dialect is dialect. Okay, and it'll give you the L-E-K-T and it puts it together. So notice the difference. Die short is just D-I words is D-I, but dia words is D long I. All dis words is D-I-S. So disclose is dis, come back close. Disprove, dis, come back prove. Okay? Ego, for the prefix, the word ego is written E by itself, come back go. So remember, you're always going to have the long O, O-E for the word itself, like auto, ego, bio. So remember, you put in the long O. But as a prefix, it's just going to be short O. So for example, egocentric, you're going to write egocentric. Okay, for egocentric. Egotistic is just ego, not longo, tistic. Okay, and then you've got electro. So anytime you're going to have like electrocute or anything, you're going to have lectro. So lectro, short O, because remember, lectro. Okay, short O. So electronic is electronic. You have electrocute, electrocute. Okay, electrocute. And then you have N words. We know all N are stroked out, EN. So encircle, EN, come back, circ, come back out, encircle. And then you've got endanger, EN, danger is D elongate J. And I can't stroke it, EN, D elongate J. Okay, for endanger. Enter, for like enterprise, entertain is SPWER is the prefix. So the word enter, to enter the house, is SPWR. So you got to know how to write that for to be by itself. But then entertain is enter, the shortcut, and then tain. Enterprise, enter, and then prize. Okay, so make sure you know the differences. X as in ex-teacher. So you're going to write EX, and then you're going to write hyphen teacher. Explain is EX-plain. Exact, can I shorten it up? Yes, because an A follows the X. Exact, KPAKT. And then you've got excitement. Can I shorten it up? Yes, excitement. Remember, you can use the KP for the shortened when there's a vowel that follows a soft C or a silent H. Okay? So you use the KP, but if a consonant follows like a P, you have to stroke it out, or a hard C, like excuse. You write excuse. Okay? Any questions, Jen?
No.
No? And going on, so there's a lot, you all. The word extra by itself is written extra. Okay? Extra by itself. And then you've got extrajudicial. Extra words written as a prefix is extra judicial. Extrajudicial. And it didn't come out. So let me see. Extrajudicial. There you go. Okay? Extrajudicial. So notice for a prefix, it's extra, T-R-A, judicial, and then you get the rest. But the word extra is extra, extra. Okay? Then going on, for all four words that acts as a prefix, forgive is F-O-R, and then give. Okay, forgive. And then you've got forego. Okay. Four words that have the E at the end, like forecast, is F long go. Just think of it. Forecast has an E in it, so your four word is going to have an E. So forecast is going to have an E in it. Notice I have F-O-E-R up here. There's an E in forecast, so put the E in the F-O-R. The word for, I will be here for you, is F-R. For, number 4, F-O-U-R. For, as in for person, F-O-E-R. And then they tell you to hit space, S-P-S, to give you a space. Okay? For C, F long go R, and then C. Because for C has an E in it in the English spelling. Hydro words is hydro. Hydro as the prefix, gen, hydrogen. Hydrophobia is going to be hydrophobia. Hydrophobia. Okay? These are all hydro words. Remember, the only time I give you the word outline is when there's a word that's also hydro. But that's usually just a prefix. So there's a lot, so I'm just covering these just because it helps. You've got 277, the top there, hyper words. So anytime you have a hyper word, hyperactive, it's going to be hype with an asterisk. So hyperactive is hyper and then active. Okay? Hypertension is hype with an asterisk, tension, T-E-N-G-S. The word hyper, he was very hyper, is hype, come back E-R. Hypo, meaning low, is hoip. So like hypodermic is hoip-dermic. Okay? Hypo, a word, or hypo is hypo, P long O. Remember, use the long O for the word outline. In, the word in is just N for in the, in. And then you have, but when you want it as a prefix, inactive is going to be IN, active. Okay? You've got to stroke it out. Include, I-include. You've got inter words. Inter, I-N-T-E-R is the word inter. But let's say it's in prefix. Interchange is interchange. Okay, interchange. And then you've got interurban, interurban. Oops, interurban. Okay, interurban. And then you've got intra. So intra is SPWRA for the prefix intra. Okay, so let's say, for example, the word is intrastate. I write intra and then state. Intravenous, intravenous. Okay, the word intro. And sometimes they're going to say, can you give us your intro? So it's just intro. The word is spelled SPWROE. Remember, the words have the long E on them, the long O on them. Intro, SPWR long O, intro. But intro as a prefix is introduce, introduce. Introvert, okay? Meg, remember the word Meg as in Meg's name, M-E-G asterisk. Think of a proper name, you want to capitalize it, so you put the asterisk. But mega, the prefix is megabyte. Meg, M-E-G, and then byte. Okay? Megaphone is megphone. Make sure you know the difference. And then you've got the word micro. You're going to hear micro sometimes. So I'm going to write micro. How do you think you would write it, Jen? By itself. So it stands out by itself.
M long I come back K-R-O-E.
Perfect. Micro. Okay? K-R long O. So the word acting as a prefix, microphone, you're going to write micro, short O, phone. Okay? Microscope, microscope. Okay? And then you've got miss, I miss you, M-I-S-Z. Miss, as in Miss Thomas, M-S. And then Ms, M-Z. Okay? So when you have a prefix, Miss Deed, you just write M-I-S, deed. Miss Judge, M-I-S, judge. Okay? And then you've got mono. Mono, you can say somebody had mono, is going to be no, to come out by itself. But let's say it's the prefix for mono, plain. You're going to write plain. Monotone, montone. Okay? So mon is going to be your mono prefix. You've got multi, the word is written multi, or multi, however you hear it. And it may be pronounced differently. So when it's multicolored, it's going to be multicolored. Okay? M-U-L-T-K-O-L-O-R-D. Multicolored. And then you've got multivitamin. Vitamin. Non, on all non-words are stroked out. So you've got non-addictive. Non-violent. Violent is a one stroke. V long I, N-L-T. You have out. Get out is O-U-T. But when you want a prefix for out, you put the asterisk in. So like outside, it tells you is outside, but I think it's O-U-D-Z. Yeah. Outside, there's a whole group of those side words. Outside is O-U-D-Z. Homicide, H-D-Z. Suicide, S-D-Z. So think of the D-Z as side. I think beside is maybe B-D-Z. Or did I make that up? No, it does come out. So there's a whole group of D-Z words with side. Okay? So let's say I wanted to write outstanding. So you're going to write outstand, come back G. Outstanding. Because that's a prefix. Over, as in one word by itself, is O-E-F-R-V, over, or O-E-V-R, whichever you like to put it by itself. But over as a prefix, you put in the O-V-R, so you put in the asterisk. Overkill. Overlap. Okay? Overlap. And then you've got or paradise, paradise. Okay, for paradise. So remember, par is para. You got to memorize that. Paramedic is a brief, parmed. So you might want to pick that up. Paramedic is P-A-R-M-D. Photo, The word photo is photo. Photo is stroked out. 2 long goes in there. And then photo, copy, to act as a prefix, is going to be photocopy. Okay, for photocopy. Photosynthesis, photosynthesis. Okay, and then you have the word post. Sometimes I was on post, P long go S asterisk, and then post as a prefix is POS asterisk. So postgraduate is post and then graduate. Sorry, I'm sitting awkwardly, so it's kind of hard to write to the side. Postgraduate, postnatal, postnatal. Okay, that's when you want post over here to act as a prefix, POS asterisk. You've got pre-date, all pre-words are stroked out. Pre, come back, date. Pre-judge, pre, come back, judge. And then you have pro-American, P-R-O as a prefix, hyphen, American is MERN. But I am pro-choice, P-R-O-E. The word pro comes out P-R-O-E. Protest as a prefix, pro, come back, test, T-E-S asterisk. Okay, and then we'll finish up on 278. Sorry, it's kind of a lot, but make sure you cover everything to yourselves. Go over everything. Do not skip anything in your books, okay? So you have pseudo. So pseudonym is pseud, come back nym. So pseudo equals S long UD for the pseudo words. Psych is for the psycho. So let's say it's psychoanalyst. It's going to be psychanalyst. So psych equals psycho. Psychopath is psych-path. Rebuild, all re words are written out, re and then build. Okay, replay, replay. Then you have self words. This is a good one, self-defense. Self is, all self words are always hyphenated. So you have self as S-E-F-L for a prefix. And I think self-defense, you can write S-defense. Yes, so that's the brief for self-defense. It's SD for self, and then defense is D-E-F-S. That's a good one. And it's hyphenated. It'll come out hyphenated already. Self-help is S-E-F-L-H-E-P asterisk. Remember, you can write help in one stroke. The word self, me, myself, or I will go by my, I will be by my, no, how can I use self? To love oneself, self, S-E-L, come back F. And that gives you the word by itself. Semi, all semi words. So the word semi is going to be semi or semi, however it's pronounced. And then semi-annual is sem-annual. Okay, semi words is sem. Semicircle, sem-circ-al. Make sure you know those. And then subwords, sub by itself. I need to sub today. Sub, S-U-B. Sub as a prefix is S-U-B also. So subconscious. Remember the brief for conscious? Sub, K-O-R-B-S. Conscious is K-O-R-B-S. Okay? And then you have super. Super as a word is soup, come back E-R. And then Superman is soup with an asterisk man. So soup with an asterisk is your super prefix. Superpower is soup with an asterisk, power. Okay, going on. Trans. I was in a trans, T-R-A-N-S. Trans-am, T-R-A-N-Z. Okay, so the word as a prefix, the trans is going to be T-R-A-N-S asterisk, transact. And I think transfusion, trans and then fusion. You've got to put the asterisk in or it's not going to cap it. This is what happens. Transact. It'll separate it. Okay? Got to put the asterisk in. Try words. I will try harder. T-R long I. Tree as a ending, T-R-I. But then you have try as a prefix. Triangle is T-R short I with an asterisk, ang, and then L. Tricycle, I think, let me give you these words. Tricycle, I think is trike. Yes. So there's a whole group of them. Tricycle is troik, troik. Bicycle is boik. Motorcycle is moik. So you might want to write those down. Tricycle, bicycle, and motorcycle. Okay. Try, you've got un words are un, come back do. For the prefix unlock is un, come back lock. Then you have under. So the word under is urnd. You know that one already. So you want under to attach when it acts as a prefix to the next word, undz, ground, and it'll attach it. So as a prefix, undz, underworld, undz, world. Okay? And then the bottom of 278 is really important. Remember, read everything, but here are your prefixes with short vowels for medical prefixes. So you got to know these. Arterial beginning is, as a prefix, arterio. So like arteriogram, arteriogram. Okay? Carcino is carcinogen. Carcinogen. That's how you would write it. Cardio is cardiogram. Okay? Cardio is for cardio. Chemo, I would use the shortcut chem. So chemotherapy is chemotherapy. Therapy is therp. Gastro is gastrologist. Let's say it's gastrologist. It didn't come out. Let me see. Gastrologist. Okay? And then you have heterosexual is wall. Heterosexual. So hetero is hetero. Homo sapien is homo sapien. Neo is neoplasm. Okay? Neuro, I take the shortcut. The we just had this today. Neuroma is that takes care of the neuroma, just M-A, neuroma. Physio is physiology. Physiology. Pyro is pyromaniac. No? Pyromaniac. Okay? Radio, so radiologist is radiologist. Okay? Retro, make sure you know that. I never can get this. Retrospective. Sociopathic. Stereo, typical, typcal. Okay? Videographer, so videographer. Okay? Make sure you know those. Those come out a lot. And so then you have your word exercise. You'll complete those words. And I just wanted to cover them. And what I'm going to do now is go over lesson 37. Okay? Any questions, Jen? I know it was a lot, but a lot of times I think the students need to see that so to be ordered to associate how you're going to write it and stuff.
Okay, no, I'm good.
Okay, so now I'm going to cover 272, the sentences. I'm going to start at 60 words a minute, 60, 70, 80, and 17 through 25. Words that come out: raise, expect, control, company, apartment. Do you know how to write apartment, Jen?
P-A-R-M-T.
Perfect. Apartment is parnt. Parnt. Income is NK. In order is Nord. Judgment, J-U-M-T. Judgment. And this is going to be at 60 words a minute. They knew that the move meant a raise in pay because I'm so restless. I sleep less than I used to. Does he expect to gain full control of the company? Being apart meant having to find a new apartment. Moving to another state meant making a new start. In order to be able to retire meant he had to learn to live on less income. I hate to trouble some of you, but this is to some and wants some service. Even though he has less hair than he used to, he seems to age less every year. The judge meant what she said when she sternly handed down the judgment. Any questions, Jen?
No.
Okay, and then do you use this frame? When she, or where's it? What she said? No. You can write she said is SHEBS. Do you use said in a phrase?
Yeah, I try to.
Okay, good. No questions on it. Is that hard?
No, not really.
Okay, this is at 70. They knew that the move meant a raise in pay. Because I'm so restless, I sleep less than I used to. Does he expect to gain full control of the company? Being apart meant having to find a new apartment. Moving to another state meant making a new start. In order to be able to retire meant he had to learn to live on less income. I hate to trouble some of you, but this to some wants some service. Even though he has less hair than he used to, he seems to age less every year. The judge meant what she said when she sternly handed down the judgment. Anything there, Jen?
No.
And this will be at 80. Don't forget service SFS. They knew that the move meant a raise in pay. Because I'm so restless, I sleep less than I used to. Does he expect to gain full control of the company? Being apart meant having to find a new apartment. Moving to another state meant making a new start. In order to be able to retire meant he had to learn to live on less income. I hate to trouble some of you, but this to some wants some service. Even though he has less hair than he used to, he seems to age less every year. The judge meant what she said when she sternly handed down the judgment. Any questions, Jen?
Nope.
Okay, and this will be for readback, Jen. At 70. They knew that the move meant a raise in pay. Because I'm so restless, I sleep less than I used to. Does he expect to gain full control of the company? Being a part meant having to find a new apartment. Moving to another state meant making a new start. In order to be able to retire meant he whenever you're ready.
Okay. Okay. They knew that the move meant a raise in pay. Because I'm so restless, I sleep less than I used to. Does he expect to gain full control of the company? Being apart meant having to find a new apartment. Moving to another state meant making a new start. In order to be able to retire meant he.
Very good, Jen. And I'll go on to the paragraphs, okay? This is 37.6. A little tough, maybe, maybe not. Jen will show us by her readback. Words that come out: carelessness, destroyed, acres, valuable, forest. You can write forest in one stroke, I believe. F-R-E-S asterisk. No. Like that. Sorry, I can't see. F-O-R-S asterisk for forest. Campfires, foolishly, thoughtlessness, ecological, let me see, ecological, okay, ecological, disaster, secondly, carelessly, dangerous, impulsiveness, consequences, reignite, tinderbox, windbreaker, if you must, 3 strokes, everyone is written EFRN, precious. Any questions, Jen?
No.
And this will be at 60 words a minute, okay? I'm on page 273. Here we go. I'm going to read all of it, 60 words a minute. Carelessness with fire has destroyed thousands of acres of valuable forest land. Campers have foolishly just walked away with campfires still burning. An awesome price is paid for this thoughtlessness. There are easy rules to follow when in the woods to prevent this ecological disaster. For one, always take some time to check that the fire is out. Throw some extra cupfuls of water on it. Secondly, never throw a match away carelessly because it appears to be out does not make a match less dangerous. This impulsiveness could have awesome consequences. The match may reignite as it falls to the ground. Thirdly, during a long spell of dryness, don't light a fire at all. The forest is a tinderbox at those times. Lastly, on a windy day, don't light a fire. If you must build one, then build a windbreaker. This will prevent some unseen spark from setting the woods afire. If everyone followed those rules, the loathsome losses of precious timber could be greatly reduced. Anything there, Jen?
No.
Okay. And that was a little faster than 70, okay? This will be at 70, then 60. Here we go. Carelessness with fire has destroyed thousands of acres of valuable forest land. Campers have foolishly just walked away with campfires still burning. An awesome price is paid for this thoughtlessness. There are easy rules to follow when in the woods to prevent this ecological disaster. For one, always take some time to check that the fire is out. Throw some extra cupfuls of water on it. Secondly, never throw a match away carelessly because it appears to be out does not make a match less dangerous. The impulsiveness could have awesome consequences. The match may reignite as it falls to the ground. Thirdly, during a long spell of dryness, don't light a fire at all. The forest is a tinderbox at those times. Lastly, on a windy day, don't light a fire. If you must build one, then build a windbreaker. This will prevent some unseen spark from setting the woods afire. If everyone followed those rules, the loathsome losses of precious timber could be greatly reduced. Any questions, Jim?
Is there a brief for follow or follow?
For follow?
Yeah, or followed.
No, follow.
No.
I
Just
write
written
it FL, but that's physical.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Why can't you write FOL and then just identify it?
Okay.
Because there's no conflict because it's green. So anytime it comes out green, there's no conflict. And if you like that stroke, you can use that or stroke it out, whichever you want, Jen. You know, it's all up to you.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Uh-huh. And then this is going to be at 80 words a minute. Was that hard at 70, Jen?
Not really.
Okay.
Not too bad.
80 words a minute. Carelessness with fire has destroyed thousands of acres of valuable forest land. Campers have foolishly just walked away with campfires still burning. An awesome price is paid for this thoughtlessness. There are easy rules to follow when in the woods to prevent this ecological disaster. For one, always take some time to check that the fire is out. Throw some extra cupfuls of water on it. Secondly, never throw a match away carelessly because it appears to be out does not make a match less dangerous. This impulsiveness could have awesome consequences. The match may reignite as it falls to the ground. Thirdly, during a long spell of dryness, don't light a fire at all. The forest is a tinder box at those times. Lastly, on a windy day, don't light a fire. If you must build one, then build a windbreaker. This will prevent some unseen spark from setting the woods afire. If everyone followed those rules, the loathsome losses of precious timber could be greatly reduced. Are you writing prevent? Prevent? You can write it in one stroke.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions, Jen?
No.
Okay. And don't forget, consequence is consequence. You can write that one, 2 strokes. Consequence. This will be for readback at 70 and 80. Carelessness with fire has destroyed thousands of acres of valuable forest land. Campers have foolishly just walked away with campfires still burning. An awesome price is paid for this thoughtlessness. There are easy rules to follow when in the woods to prevent this ecological disaster. For one, always take some time to check that the fire is out. Throw some extra cupfuls of water on it. Secondly, never throw a match away carelessly because it appears to be out, does. Okay. I'm ready when you are, Jen. And I started at 70, and then I'll tell you when I went up to 80.
Okay. Carelessness with fire. Oh, okay. Sorry, I lost my place.
Okay.
Carelessness with fire has destroyed thousands of acres of valuable forest land. Campers have foolishly just walked away with campfires still burning. An awesome price is paid,
Is paid.
is paid if or for this thoughtlessness. There are easy rules to follow when in the woods to prevent this ecological disaster.
Good. This is where it's 80.
Okay. If, for one, always take some time to check that the fire is out. Throw some extra cupfuls of water on it. Secondly, never throw a match away carelessly because it appears to be out, does.
Very good, Jen. So that was at 80. And you all don't forget your briefs for danger. Dangerous is DAGE, D-long-A-J-S. During is D-U-R-G-T. Valuable is value, come back BL. You have apartment is part. In order to is in order and then to. Service, SFS. So these are just some of your briefs from your book. Don't forget those. And then against, they're all from lesson 37, GENS asterisk. You have money, M-U-N. Necessity, necessity. Regular, R-E-G. Okay, very good, Jen. And any questions on anything, Jen?
No.
Okay, So very good. Keep going over your work, and just keep on practicing. You all go over these lessons over and over until you're not hesitating writing any of them. And good job, Jen.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye.